Hi, this is Amla Reddy, Associate Editor for Commercial Integrator, and I'm delighted to be joined by Graham Hendry of AtlasIED as part of a performance audio deep dive, which will be in our September spotlight on commercialintegrator.com, as well as in the September edition of CI plus SSI. Welcome, Graham. So great to have you here today.
Hi, Amala. It's been a while. Glad to be here today.
Yeah, and before we go ahead and talk all about performance audio, could you talk a little bit about your role and title at Atlas IED?
Sure. My name is Graham Hendry. I am the VP of Loudspeaker Strategy at AtlasIED. I've been with the company almost 3 years now. Time is flying. But loudspeakers have been my pretty much my thing all of my career.
And we get to talk all about it today. So, speaking about that, can you talk about current trends and innovations in performance audio and how Atlas IED plays a key role in this space?
Yes, AtlasIED covers
Mhm.
they cover many verticals in commercial audio. It's quite a long established company, 90 years, I believe. So one of the oldest out there. But we have we have a lot of buzzwords nowadays, and current trends in performance audio include the widespread adoption of immersive and spatial audio. Those words are used a lot nowadays. Automated processing for sound design, and the increased demand for personalized and interactive soundscapes. Atlas ID plays a key role by developing innovative application-based audio and communication solutions. We also work very much in the commercial space where speech and voice is very important in commercial environments. Um, we've been developing lots of new products over the past few years, but mainly geared towards the performance audio, the higher end part of the space, such as the ISOFlare line of loudspeakers, and other integrated systems that cater to the evolving demands of businesses, but focused on performance, for a better user experience. Um, Personalized and adaptive audio experience to just sound based on ambient conditions and user preferences. A space for IED, Atlas IED is a key player, not just in loudspeakers, but for example, the newer Atmosphere digital audio processing platform is constantly evolving. It allows for zone-based distribution, control via very intuitive GUI, and lots of integration of accessories like ambient noise sensors and controllers. And this technology enables automated adjustments for optimal audio, creating, tailored and responsive soundscapes in commercial settings.
Yeah, all of this sounds amazing. I love how you touched upon the ISO flare. I know we get a lot of those projects. I think they're really interesting to read. I like how you also talked about the rise of soundscapes. I know that's really something that's coming into the commercial space. So I wanted to ask you, when installing all of this, what should integrators keep in mind, especially when you're talking about performance audio loudspeakers? What are the things they need for their project and how can they make the sound better?
Um, the key considerations when installing performance loudspeakers, people don't, they tend to not take into consideration the acoustic assessment of the space. Proper placement, the dispersion characteristics and matching system components. Many forget that the room's actually part of the system, and there are various architectural constraints to consider, hard surfaces. These factors should always be considered. Obviously, safety is crucial for any installation, especially when they're flown or mounted. Um, Weatherization. There are many outdoor environments. So um, look for IP ratings and susceptibility to corrosion, etc. Yeah, there's many aspects, but you know, anyone can hang a loudspeaker, but it takes an expert or one to hit the books um, when considering your installation. There's too many facets to talk about here, but that's the sort of main ones.
No, I definitely agree with you. I like how you mentioned the room is part of the system, and we have to take that into consideration. And it ties into my next question. You also mentioned briefly that there are a wide range of verticals that AtlasIED is involved in, and noticing a lot of applications are evolving rapidly even now.
Yes.
So yeah, so can you talk about how AtlasIED solutions are meeting these needs and range of applications?
Yes, there's many market verticals and applications out there, and different requirements. Take retail and hospitality as an example. In those verticals, it's about enhancing the mood and the feel good factor. And um, you want people to linger in these applications. It means they're going to spend more. And bad sound drives people away. Um, there's been a lot of work done by various people in terms of actually showing operators that a good sound system with seamless integration can actually enhance the profits. And that's what we need to do as manufacturers and integrator. That's what we're selling. That feel good factors. There's other critical areas such as transportation, airports. Atlas has a vast number of airports, especially in the US. And, we're real experts in that field. It's critical in these applications that the message is getting across. That's the most important factor is, the cost of miscommunication in these applications could be very high. Both these facets are good examples of leveraging performance audio in different applications. Um, Consistency, we the latest range of premium loudspeakers, ISOFlare, we use identical transducers. Doesn't matter if it's a pendant, a surface mount, or a ceiling speaker. It's all about consistency throughout the area, and we want that. We want that experience to be seamless, for want of a better word.
Yeah, I think that's a great explanation. And again, it's amazing to see how Atlas ID is at the forefront of all of this innovation and constantly evolving as well. The company doesn't seem to be going backward in any ways. It's always moving
No,
forward
no,
with
absolutely not.
it.
The ownership of AtlasID, very ambitious, and a lot of homegrown talent, a lot of US-based offices as well, and manufacturing. So yeah, it's a good place to be.
Absolutely, I agree with you. And I just wanted to ask before we wrap up, is there anything else that you would like to spotlight about performance audio or Atlas IED?
Um, I don't know, without giving, I guess, too many secrets away. If we look at, if we go back to the first question and look at like trends,
Mhm.
um, to give more people, more integrators control over their systems, we've noticed, and as IT becomes more prevalent, we will be working on, without giving too much away, some solutions with PoE++, allowing us to realize the full performance of a loudspeaker. We haven't seen a lot of PoE been married with premium solutions, but we think the time is right to make a move on that part of the market. So watch this space. We'll be launching a number of premium solutions in that space in the coming months, where performance audio and IT and giving more control can be given to the market. I think it's a growing area, but that's a small snippet.
I think that sounds very exciting. Again, it goes back to my earlier point that AtlasIED just seems to be at the forefront, ahead of the game, even across all the markets, across all the verticals, and even the convergence that we've been talking about. I think that's pretty exciting. So thank you, Graham, for joining me and talking about performance audio today.
My pleasure.
Absolutely. Once again, this is Amla Reddy from Commercial Integrator, and do check out our website, commercialintegrator.com, for our spotlight on performance audio, as well as a September edition for the performance audio deep dive. Thank you.